want to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly was flying, you on the team, touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season head, early time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So we up in here, man. We are up in here. So it's been a crazy weekend. I see the tweet already. No more Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady is out of here. Tom Brady's on the same couch. He ain't even on the same couch. He on a different couch. He on the retirement couch. We ready to see you go, Tom Brady. But nah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about this weekend. This was some good football. I mean, between the Chiefs game was crazy. The Chiefs-Bills game was crazy. That was just, that shows, to me at least, because the Bills have a great defense. That shows to me that offense wins these games, man. The NFL has changed. It's no longer a league that you can get away just, scoring 20 points and going through it. I mean, other than the Niners, I guess. The Niners are a team the Eagles can kind of learn from because they have seemed to just make it without any quarterback play at all. Like Jimmy Garoppolo has been miserable these past couple weeks. I really don't understand how he's still going, but he is. So I give him respect for it, man. But it's been a crazy set of games. Like I really don't even know what to say about it. I'm trying to fix something in the background. Y'all get to see, I'm crazy. You get to see the live in the works. This is why I need a producer. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring so much content, but it's hard to do by myself. I need a producer, man. I need a producer. All right. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about basically was just these games, man, and what I take away from it as an Eagles fan, to be honest, because realistically, I do take something away from this, and it's probably not going to be what people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? This is probably not what people want to hear, but do you feel comfortable going into a game knowing that you have to throw the ball 40-something times to be in that game? If we would have went against the Buccaneers in the playoffs, I mean, well, we did, obviously, but if we went against the Rams in that playoff game, we would have had to throw the ball 43 times. We had to throw the ball like 40-something times against the Buccaneers. We saw what happened. It is becoming more and more. It's increasingly becoming a pass-first league. We've seen it, trickling and happening, but we've won games with our run game, but we have to understand we have to improve on our passing game. It is imperative. It is imperative. There was some tweets that I saw that I'm going to pull up in a little bit, but one of the tweets, I don't know if I used it. One of the tweets I saw pulled up was from Elliott Shore Parks. Now I know a lot of people are, either hate him or love him. I know there's a lot of people that hate him, but he said that quarterback is one of those positions you have to upgrade this offseason. And it's tough because if we become a team that I really feel like can make a deep run, and the one thing that's holding us back is Jalen Hurts, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but if we get to that point and we have no other option mid-season or through the season, we're going to be pissed. And Eagles fans got to be you got to understand that. You can't say right now, oh, give Hurts a chance, and then when he doesn't work out, you say, oh, wow. Like, I'm not really trying to say, oh, well, to this season. So, I don't know. It's a tough thing to say. I think it's going to be a conversation all year. I know a lot of people are saying, whatever, he's our quarterback for now. To me, it's not that simple of an answer. I don't think it's that simple of a thing. So, it is what it is. People really do hate ESPN. Yeah, it is what it is. He says some weird stuff. I'm not going to lie to you, but for the most part, I mean, he has his connections. He has his sources. He's been doing this for a long time. So it is what it is. He knows who he knows. He knows what he knows. So shout out to Carlos in the building, Midwest Eagles fan in the building. Who else we got in here? Ryan Rowe in the building. Carlos Herbert, greatest week of football. It really was. It was really one of the best weeks of football in a long time, especially not being involved in it. Right? Like if I would have lost, like the Buffalo Bills lost, that would have just been heart-wrenching. It's cool to get there, but that just sucks. What's going on, Jamal? Midwest Eagles fans, that shows we need an upgrade at quarterback. It might. It realistically might. It realistically might. And you have to be honest about that. I think A lot of people are afraid to say that. A lot of people don't want that to be the truth. And that's okay. That's fine. I'm not, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and bash anybody. It is what it is. If you really like Jalen Hurts, there's nothing wrong with that. If you see things in Jalen Hurts that other people don't see, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what a part of player evaluation is. It's an opinion. It's an opinion-based thing. So we can all be wrong about Jalen Hurts. We can all be right about Jalen Hurts. I don't think it really matters. If I'm being 100% honest, I think at the end of the day, we know what he is as far as right now. So right now is when we're making the decision, right? And we have to make the best decision for our team. If we are a team that is everything is nasty next year except for our quarterback, would you put Minshew in? Or would you have taken somebody in the second round that could have been a quarterback that came in? I don't know. I chose to watch Euphoria, then the Bills game. I'm starting to regret. Yeah, it was a crazy game. I mean, it's worth watching back, to be honest. Speaking of watching back, it's worth watching back that Eagles inside access thing that they just put out today. That was really dope. I was thinking of doing like a watch along with fans. Like, that would be kind of cool. Just watch because I only watched a little bit of it. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't watch the whole. It's a pretty long shit. It's like an hour, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Something I learned, special teams is more important than most people. Oh, it's always been. It's always been. The Eagles have had a very consistent special teams outside of the past like 2 or 3 years. We've been one of the best. And, now we're not, and you see how much worse we gotten. So I think it's you play 3 phases of football. You have to be good at all 3 phases, in my opinion. What's going on, Daz Deals? He says, I'll say it for you. He was drafted as a backup because that's what he is. He might be. Who knows? So I feel like we just got to be honest about it. We got to be realistic, and we have to have our options open. I think saying that there's no good quarterbacks in this draft, that there's no, Justin Herberts, there's no this guy, there's no that guy. The same was said about Josh Allen. The same was said about Lamar Jackson. Like, we've heard that so many times, and I'm not sitting here saying I know better or that there is. I'm just saying that we have to make our own decisions because we've heard all this stuff before. We've heard all this stuff over and over again, how there's no talent here, no talent there. This guy's not that great. How many great players go in the third day, on day 2 or day 3? Everybody's not always right about their player evaluation. Tom Brady was picked at the end of the draft. Like all the stuff like that, you got to understand that everybody sees players differently. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's why we're always wrong when we do our mock drafts, right? T. Will Port City Play, what's going on? He says, what's good, Joe and Eagles Nation? This was a great football weekend. Yeah, it sucks that you're not involved, right? Don't get me wrong. I would much rather be involved in this game, right? I would much rather be playing this weekend and talking about the Eagles, but we weren't. So it is what it is. You got to, kind of kick back and watch some football. I'm taking a day off from draft talk today. Today we're just going to talk some Eagles talk, some football in general. So if you're rocking with me, I appreciate it. But I'm taking a day off of draft talk. Shout out to my guy James. We just did our first episode of Best of Enemies podcast. We're going to start to do it on both channels. So last week it was just on or yesterday I should say. It was just on my channel. So next week we're going to do it on both of our channels. Very excited. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun, to be honest. The Bills-Chief game was unreal. Best game seen. Yeah, I mean, I know that the scoring wasn't the same, but the Bucks game was crazy. I mean, they kind of made a nice little comeback. Looked like they might have won it at the end there. They didn't. That was nice. I have a lot of Buccaneers fan friends, and if you guys are watching, how's the couch? How's the couch, y'all? But either way, that was a good game, if we're being honest. The Bengals game was a good game. It was a sloppy game, right? It was a sloppy game. Same thing can be said about the Packers and the 49ers game. So some games were sloppy, but they were still close, hard fought down to the end type games. You can't be mad at those type of games. I love those games. If you love football, you love those type of games. So I was cool with it. Oh, my phone just bugging out. You gotta love the internet, man. You gotta love the internet. Now the Packers loss was the most brutal loss of the weekend. I'm putting the tinfoil hat on real quick. I feel like he did that on purpose. There's no way that they really went out there and looked that bad. I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked bad. So That was a tough game. That was definitely a tough game. I could feel you there. You got to pass to win the big games. Hurts just isn't there. It is what it is. Joey Castro, I can sense the Jalen Hurts and you come to the dark side. I'm not a hater, man. I'm not a hater. It just is what it is, man. You know, I'm just gonna always say what I see in him, and just right now, this is what I see in him. So he can get better though. That's the thing. Like, you know, I always say he can definitely get better. It's just that he has to. He definitely has to improve. Still a long time to see. Hold on, did I miss something? Sometimes it's fate. Bucks defender falls down and Hurts throws to Smith. Interception by closing Bucks defender. Yesterday, Chiefs defender falls down and Allen had lobbed the ball to Gabriel Davis. Yeah, that was. Yeah. It's tough. He got beat one-on-one. It is what it is. You know, it was a crazy game. Just that whole game was just insane. Kenny Pickett looking good right about now. I don't know if he would even drop to 15. If I'm being honest, I don't know if. I don't want to go up. I do not want to move up. I don't want to move up, even for a quarterback. I know I'm saying what I'm saying, but it's just, I don't know. I just want to build this team. I'm personally okay with not being great next year. Like, if we have the same type of season that we had this year, I think that you have to say Jalen Hurts just isn't that guy. If he gives you the same exact production, you have to be willing to admit that he's just not that guy. So if that happens, and we go get a quarterback next year, I just don't want to force the pick. You know, that's my biggest fear, is that we force a pick next year. Or we force some kind of crazy trade that we have no business pulling off. I heard something about a documentary access thing came out today. I got to get on that. Yeah, it's dope. It looks pretty dope. They go like through a couple of different games. It's pretty dope. Facts, I'd rather have my team involved. Okay, you know, especially the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all were supposed to go to the Super Bowl. Never forget, y'all were supposed to go to the Super Bowl this year. Y'all were supposed to go to the Super Bowl a couple damn times. Y'all never get there, though. Y'all never get there. Y'all bags be getting lost in transit. Aaron Rodgers with Devontae Adams put up 0 touchdown. Yeah, no. At home, Rodgers, stay away from the Philadelphia Eagles. You cannot come here. I don't think he was coming to Philadelphia. I really do feel like I feel like him and what's Holmes' name? Him and Devontae Adams just sat down before the game and they were like, listen, we both leaving, you know, Green Bay this year, so we gonna screw over this coaching staff and this franchise. We're gonna get them a late draft pick, and we're gonna lose in the playoffs. That's how I'm feeling. Nobody can tell me different. I don't care. Richie said, day off from draft talk. Let's talk about the draft in the chat. Yeah, that's probably what is gonna happen. That's probably what's gonna happen. Herbert says, great show with you and Cowboys creator James. Enjoyed listening. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to be doing that every week, man. I'm going to be back on schedule very soon. I've been having like so much stuff going on, so I appreciate everybody like, you know, rocking with me, staying in tune. But obviously with like the playoffs, like work, I've been all over the place. So I've been sleeping all damn day when I can. So, but we're gonna get back on things, and we'll be back on schedule. I can't believe the Bengals are in the conference championship. It's kind of crazy. Joe Burrows is that guy, man. Joe Burrows is that guy. When the Giants and FT upgrade at football team, I'm like, who the heck is FT? Washington football team upgrade at quarterback. We supposed to stick with Hurts and think we'll make the playoffs every year. I don't know. What's going on, Show Enough? Shout out to Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati. I mean, this is what happens, though. You know, and I didn't know this. Yesterday when I was talking to James said that basically their owner relinquished like their powers. He was kind of like a Jerry, you know, for the Cowboys. He was kind of like a Howie Roseman is for the Eagles, and he basically gave up the powers, gave his daughter, I think, some of the power, and like, you know, let her start making more football decisions, let her start, you know, kind of delegating who makes decisions, and they're able to, you know, make their first championship game in how long? So I mean, you know, that's something to say. Maybe Howie got to listen to that. Maybe Howie got to realize you got to just give up some of your football decision making powers. You know, delegate to the people that know football. Got to know what your thoughts are if we moved up for Kenny Pickett. It depends on where we move. Obviously, like I know that's a cop out, but it is the truth. It depends where we move to get him. I don't really want to, and it depends what we have to give up. Like I'd rather pick 3 picks in the first round or move back and get a pick next year. than move up and lose one of our picks in the first round. So that's kind of where I am right now as far as those picks go. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It could very well happen. And I think that's one thing I'm going to probably be bashing over Eagles fans' heads all season. Like, this could very well happen. They could see this as their last opportunity to have, because we can move back and get a draft pick next year, but we're moving back to a team that has a worse draft pick than us this year. What do you think is going to happen next year? Like, you think that they're going to automatically get worse because they're adding talent? Depending on what team it is, right? Like, if Green Bay loses Aaron Rodgers and they're moving up for a quarterback, that might be something that, like, you're looking at there and saying, hey, we might get a top 5 pick out of giving them our 16th or 19th pick, because who knows if their quarterback's going to be good. So if it's a situation like that, but, as far as moving up, I ain't trying to do that. It was -10 in a blizzard. I don't care, man. I don't care. That's still Aaron Rodgers. He definitely played though. Rodgers is the biggest fraud to exist. I laugh when people compare him to Brady. I mean, talent-wise, he's a beast. He just doesn't win the big games. Like, he got one Super Bowl, and he kind of is like a diva at the quarterback position, which is kind of not cool, obviously. But he's got talent. The kid's got talent. Not kid. The grown man's got talent. He's older than me. Could be Rams versus Chiefs Super Bowl. I wanted it to be Niners versus the Bills. I thought that would be a fun Super Bowl. I wanted the Bills to make the Super Bowl, but I would take Niners versus Chiefs. I want the Rams. I want what the Rams to do, or are doing, to work out. I want them like going all in to work out for them. But I don't know. A little bit of me kind of like hates Jalen Ramsey and Matt Stafford. I don't even know why. I have no idea why I don't like Matt Stafford. I should like Matt Stafford. It's not like he's done anything to me, but I don't know. For some reason, I just want to see that team lose. I knew the Niners were going to be the upset of the week. I told people that the Niners were going to win. I didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought Jimmy Garoppolo would be a quarterback at some point, but I was wrong about that. Jimmy Garoppolo has been carried through this playoff push by them. And good for him, man. Hey, get it. Cincinnati taking sacks every drive and make it up because they can move the ball through the air. Jalen can't make it up when we're behind the sticks. I won't say all that. I'll say that Jalen can't threaten a defense like a Joe Burrows can. And that's, Joe Burrows can't threaten a defense like a Jalen Hurts can. The big difference is you're going to, on average, get way more yards out of passing plays than you are going to get out of running plays. So, once we're down 2 touchdowns, once we're down a touchdown and a field goal, it kind of becomes desperation mode because, Jalen doesn't have the ability to read through defenses and, pick them apart at any given time. So, look, I mean, he can learn that in this offseason, but I don't know if you're willing to wait a full season next year to say this isn't the guy. That's just kind of where I am. Like, if you go draft somebody in the second round or with your 19th pick or with your 16th pick and Jalen Hurts just beats him, he beats him. Like, I'm okay losing a pick. I'm okay with that. Like, that makes more sense to me. And being able to trade that, quarterback maybe for a second round pick, maybe if he's a really good player, he just ended up not being as good as it. There's a lot of scenarios that can happen, but quarterback holds value, especially if they're good. Like, you have to literally diminish someone's value when they're a first round pick. So, like, as long as you're not sitting out here saying, oh, the backup's trash, like the guy we drafted was trash, then, I mean, it doesn't really hurt to have competition in that quarterback room. It should bring out the best in these players. That's the biggest thing. As I say, I'm not going to talk draft today. We'd start talking draft. Good job, guys. Well, that means that Howie lied about Hurts being the starter next year if he takes Pickett. Not necessarily. There could be a competition, and Howie lies about everything. Welcome to Philadelphia. Howie Roseman lies about everything, and so do a lot of GMs. I mean, that's kind of their job. You're not going to give away everything you're going to do in the first week of off season. So, I mean, he said what he had to say to keep his value and his cards in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, if he sits there and says, yeah, we don't like Jalen, we're moving on, we're looking for something, Russell, the Seahawks are going to call and be like, well, for like 3 firsts, you can have Russ. The Packers are going to call, well, if you want this, that opens up the lines in a negative way. If he's the one making the call, just trying to test the water, seeing what people take, then it's a little bit different. You still have the cards in your hand because they don't necessarily know that you want to give up on your quarterback if that's what you want to do. Now, I'm not saying that he is lying. I'm not saying that, he is definitely, lying about Jalen Hurts. He might really believe in Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying, you got to think of it from a GM's perspective, from a business perspective, not even just GM. Now, Rodgers has one of the best arms in NFL history. Can't say he's a fraud. Facts. He's just not really a good leader. That's the thing. He's just not really a good leader, in my opinion. Cowboys, 3 playoff wins in 26 years. It's a shame. It really is, y'all. It really is. In the arms of an angel. You know what I mean? We got to play that song for him. I'm not moving up for any quarterback in this draft if they fall to our pick and management not sold on Jalen. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel we can build around Hurts and he'll make a jump look, if he makes that jump as a second-year quarterback, the big thing is, being better at reading defenses, being better at, timing and your, I don't want to say, it really is not his arm strength. It really is just his timing and being able to see the play before it happens. And that comes with time, that comes with reps, but if he can make that jump, then it is all make Howie Roseman swallow that pick. If Howie Roseman goes and picks a quarterback at number 15, 16, 19, make Howie Roseman regret that. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to know that we have a guy pushing Jalen Hurts. Because at the end of the day, none of these guys are pushing Jalen Hurts. If you really think that Gardner Minshew came here to help Jalen Hurts, they're about the same age. They're trying to learn the same things. Joe Flacco came and said he wasn't trying to push Jalen Hurts, and I don't think he ever did. Like, we don't have either a veteran or just a immense talent that can push him. Like, we just don't. We just don't, and we don't necessarily have the coaching staff that is going to really push him either. Like, they're more so about wide receivers. They're more so about, offensive linemen. Can you name me our quarterback coach that actually is really putting in work? I don't think so. So that's really what it comes down to. Push these guys. T. Will says, it's not worth moving up in the draft. Teams may want too much. Collateral, I wouldn't risk it for a 6th or a 3rd overall. Stay with Hurts build. Look, if you're moving up that high, you're taking the best defensive player in the draft, in my opinion. If you can get up to the 3rd, and, I've been seeing sometimes that the offensive linemen have been going off ahead of Hutchinson and Thibodeau. If you can move up and get Thibodeau, it'll be hard for me to come on here and be upset about that. I'm going to tell you right now. It would be hard for me to actually come on here and be upset that they moved up to get Thibodeau, depending on, obviously, what it costs, right? I don't want to give up the farm, but Burrows is that dude. He definitely is. Chargers about to ban Herbert from playing basketball in the offseason. I honestly would not be surprised. Really would not be surprised if they did something like that. Cincy versus San Fran Super Bowl. Jimmy G has a Foles-like 2-game stretch and wins the MVP. Who knows? You never know, realistically. And Mahomes, nobody thought Mahomes was going to be this. I miss Andy Reid draft. Facts. And Andy Reid sat Mahomes for how long behind? And I was telling, it's kind of funny because I was telling my girl this the other day. We were talking about Aaron Rodgers, and I was like, he sat down behind Brett Favre for a while, and we threw Jalen Hurts into the fire. So who knows? Jalen Hurts could make a big jump next year, but he also could not. That's a possibility as well. 31 years. 31 years for what? For what? For the Bengals? I see Howie moving at least one of the 3 first back to. Yeah, I could see that happening. It really depends on what team it is, though, because it just might not make sense. Having 2 20 to 30 draft picks isn't really that great. But I mean, it is what it is. It depends on what team it is and what we get. Because if we get like an extra 2nd this year and a 1st next year, depending on the team, that might be worth it. Because there is there's a lot of talent in this draft. There's a lot of depth in this draft. I want that defensive end from Florida State. What's his name? Jermaine Johnson, I think his name is. Oh boy, athletic. I just said I wasn't going to talk about no damn draft. Yeah, I can't deal with y'all. I can't deal with y'all. Nah, Green Bay has Jordan Love. Yeah. Facts, Joe. Moving back in draft is best case scenario. Better quarterback quality in 23 draft. I don't even know about that. I don't know. I can't say that the 23. I'm not going to sit here and say that I know who's going to be the top guy next year. I thought I knew who was going to be the top guy this year as far as quarterbacks. That guy is transferring to another college right now. So, Sam Howell is really the only guy that stood where he's at. He's the only guy that was supposed to be, ranked where he's ranked. So it's kind of crazy. But I did want to go through some of these tweets that I was seeing on Twitter, obviously, because that's where you do see tweets. Some of them might trigger some people, some of them might not, but we're going to read them. So Elliot Shore Parks wrote today that the 2 games today made all the time debating Jonathan Gannon seem so silly. You win with your offense. The Eagles will be elite again when they have an elite offense, not when their defense blitzes more. Now, I want to know y'all opinion on that tweet. I want to know your opinion on that tweet, because that's basically saying that it was our oh, damn, I'm mad far behind. In comments. Well, I'm skipping a lot of comments. I'm sorry, y'all. But I want to know. I want to know what y'all thought is on that tweet, because Elliot Shore Parks, I know he's a very polarizing figure in the media world. So I need to know: do you really think that this? Because this, to me, this says that our offense was the reason that we couldn't win the playoffs, and I kind of agree with that. But it kind of takes away blame from Jonathan Gannon, and I don't think that that's fair. I don't think it's fair to say that I don't think it's fair to say that Jonathan Gannon, it was dumb to debate him. No, like he was poor. His play was poor. If you want to say just the defensive coordinator blitzing thing, then maybe you have an argument there. I understand that, DC can't blitz every play, but to say that and to make it seem like the offense had no, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the defense had no reasoning why we couldn't win the playoff game. I don't know. Look, ESP, man, I respect what he does. I respect the grind that he puts in, but I don't really agree with that statement. Now, someone that I do agree with a lot, Ruben Frank. We've had Ruben Frank on this show. Very good friend of mine, very good guy, very great inspiration for me, to be honest. He said they all served Eagles secondary coach at some point between 2003 and 2012. Leslie Frazier, Sean McDermott, Steve Spagnuolo, Todd Bowles, and John Harbaugh. So the reason why I even read that one, the reason why I even wanted to look at that one, is because we've been talking about what if Jonathan Gannon moves on, right? What if Jonathan Gannon moves on? What if we have to look for another defensive coordinator? And we've been talking about a lot of guys outside of our home. But if you look at a lot of the guys that we've grew, the offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, special teams guys, I think John Harbaugh, if I'm not mistaken, was a special teams guy for us. If you look at the coaches that we've had in this organization and on this team, does it make sense to stay within your house? Does it make sense to stay home, right? Does it make sense to see if you have somebody like maybe Nick Rollis, maybe I need to look up his name. I really need to look up our defensive back's name, our defensive back's coach name, because if he becomes our defensive coordinator and I do not know his name, I'm going to have to get like a shirt that just says his name. But either way, that starts to make me think, should we look in-house? Should we look in-house? I feel like we've hired a lot of coaches, but we've also let a lot of good coaches go. So I don't know. That made me think a little bit. Wayne Webb says that tweet was BS. It was. I don't think he will get there. Gannon is soft as a DC, period. Facts. I think he has a point. Blitzing only does so much. You got to know how to blitz. I agree with that. And I do agree that if, depending on how you break that tweet down, the way I'm looking at it, like I said, it feels like he's saying the defensive, we were dumb to like really complain about the defense, but I think the defense was bad. I think it was obvious the defense was bad. To bring up just the blitzing, okay, I get that. The blitzing, maybe we were all a little bit, gung-ho on just blitz every play, but at the same time, I don't know, a little bit more clarification, maybe, ESP, maybe a little bit more clarification. He must not have watched the Green Bay 49ers game, which all came down to D. He only watched the game that he wanted to, that fit what he wanted to, bring up. It is what it is. I'm thinking he's saying there's a lot of teams that have questionable defenses, but it's not offense that's getting things. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Sam Howell is listed at 6'1". Do you know he is under that? Why? Excuse me. Do you know why move on from Jalen Hurts for our underrated? I didn't say anything about it. I said that Sam Howell was the only guy that was supposed to be in these top rankings. I've never once said that I wanted Sam Howell. Let's just be very clear about that. Sam Howell's good, though. Sam Howell's pretty good. Sam Howell does what people project Jalen to do, but better. Sam Howell's a good passer. Sam Howell's a very good passer. Hurts is 6 foot. Yeah, he is. Looking for a DC would be a great problem to have. It's a good processor. He has a quick release. His arm is tremendous, and he has awesome ball placement and good mobility. What did ESP say? ESP said that the 2 games today made all of the time debating Jonathan Gannon seem so silly. You win with your offense. The Eagles will be elite again when they have an elite offense, not when the DC blitzes more. So I don't know. I kind of feel like our offense is ahead of our defense, if anything. So I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Denard Wilson. Thank you, Herbert. I don't know why. I know it was Denard. I remember every time I try to think of his name, I thought about Denard Robinson from Michigan. I kept thinking. Honestly, I just kept thinking about Denard Robinson. I have no idea why either. It's also the yards you give up. I think he's saying we need an offense that can match it up to. Yeah, no, we definitely need a better offense, but I also don't like how he's kind of taking a shot at our offense, like, or at us saying that we shouldn't have, complained about our defense. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I do that sometimes. Now, another thing I wanted to read on this one was from Mike K. According to the transaction report this morning, so the Eagles have let contracts expires for wide receiver John Hightower, Keyshawn Johnson, I'm assuming, Luke Durriga, the center, and Raekwon Williams. He went on to say that doesn't mean that they won't re-sign on futures or reserve deals, but for now they are free agents. Look, I think that when I saw John Hightower's name, I was kind of shocked, to be 100% honest. I was kind of shocked to see that John Hightower was on this list. I do assume he'll be back. That's what I'm going to think. I'm going to assume that he's going to be back. Another guy, Luke Durriga, I'm kind of surprised to see his name on this list. I thought that, because he did get a little bit of burn in that last game. I thought he did well. I thought he played well, and I thought our offensive line was especially now that we don't know necessarily what's going on with Jason Kelce, why not keep everybody on the squad and, let's see what happens. But, they decided to move on. So if I had to say anybody from this list, I'm going to say that Luke Durriga and John Hightower come back. But outside of that, Raekwon Williams has been pretty decent for us when he had to step in. Keyshawn Johnson, I don't think we ever really saw him get any burn. So, I mean, it is what it is. That's not huge news, but just wanted to let y'all know that. And then one thing I thought was cool, this isn't like really news, but it's just cool to see. Ben Violin, I'm going to assume his name is. I've never seen his tweets, but I saw this tweet. He said the Chiefs and Bills combined for 974 total yards. That's 8th most in the NFL playoff history and the most since the Patriots and Eagles had 1,151 in Super Bowl 52 4 years ago. That's a lot of yards. That's a lot of yards, especially for a team that you felt like was driven by their defense. I really felt like the Bills were driven by their defense. That's how scary the Chiefs are, though. Like, they just went out there and demolished that defense. It was crazy. I still can't get over that game. Like, I'm not even one of those dudes that love, like, offensive game. I usually like good defensive battles. I like smart, coordinator battles and, coaches having to scheme things up. But this was just like, it was action from the word go, and I loved it. I loved every single second of it. What these people saying? Are you seeing what you wrote? Why start the project over? Holgram is the next Fulgram. Talent wasted. Why did I say Holgram? Who the heck is Holgram? Hightower is the next Fulgram. I was about to say that rhymes. I said the wrong name. That's what we see that with Jalen. I'm surprised Rager isn't on that list. I think a couple of them are on the same level as Jalen. We've seen how he played at times, and that's cool. But it needs to happen an entire game. That's the biggest truth right there. And I've been saying that for a long time, man. It's not about if Jalen Reagor has arm talent. It's not about if Jalen Reagor can throw a 15, 20-yard out. It's about if he can do it consistently, and he just hasn't done that. He really hasn't done that. So you get a little bit nervous, but that's all we need to see. I mean, and I say all like that's nothing, but that's really what we need to see. We just need to see him get better. We never gave Hightower a chance. I hope wide receiver Grimes from Florida, and comes back. Yeah, Trayvon Grimes, he's been chilling. I've been seeing him on Instagram just chilling. So come on back, brother. Come on back, brother. Or we could draft somebody in this draft. There's a lot of good wide receivers in this draft, like a lot. There's going to be some really good talent that slips to the second round. I can promise you that. So this is going to be a really good draft. Jalen is the guy going into the next season, so we need to see him be able to keep up with these quarterbacks. I agree. So jump out the fire pan into the fire, then you be crying for the next one. Not necessarily. Not really. Not really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's projected. Like, what do you see in Jalen Hurts that says he can get better? Because he hasn't. He hasn't had a stretch of games that he's played very well. He just hasn't. It's always inconsistent. He has like one good quarter or one good half. You know, like that's always what he does. And even when we started winning games, it wasn't a result of him being a passer. It was a result of our running game. And people want to say, oh, well, our running game was because of him. It was somewhat, but somewhat it wasn't. Most of it was because we just had a good running team. We had a very good offensive line that opened up holes for our running backs. People really underestimate how important the offensive line is. Yeah, no, that's true. To develop takes time. That's fine, but what I'm trying to say is, never mind. I get it. Kenny Pickett versus Hurts over Hurts all day. We'll see. What's going on, Chief Keese? We just chilling. You know what I'm saying? We just chilling, talking. I'm just going over some tweets, going over some random stuff. And here's another tweet. Here was another tweet. I like this one. This one, talking that talk. So apparently in December of 2018, this is what, 4 years ago now? 4 years ago, Devontae Smith said that every time I see Eli Apple one-on-one, I shake my head. Eli Apple decided to go all the way back to that tweet. And shout out to A2D Radio. They're the ones that I got this from. Went all the way back to that tweet to say, LMAO, Jalen Hurts is his quarterback. He big mad, still shaking his head. Eli Apple got hurt. Eli Apple went all the way back. That's crazy. You said we need to draft a big physical wideout in the later rounds. I can see that there's a lot of big guys. Most of these wide receivers are going to be big guys. Like, I feel like most of these wide receivers are just big body, you know, possession guys. So, I mean, there's a lot of them there. You can still run the ball without a mobile quarterback. That's a fact. Lamar was the same way. Lamar wasn't the same way, though. That's the thing. Lamar wasn't the same way. So, I mean, it is what it is. Lamar was in a totally different situation, but Lamar was also very accurate in college. Lamar was also pretty accurate in his first year. It's just they didn't have any wide receivers. Like, they didn't have any wide receivers. They were playing offense based on him running. Like, they were building a whole offense around him. And he didn't play half the games. Jalen is not on the same level as a passer like Jackson. That's the problem. Pickett will be a good field goal holder. The burnt apple has absolutely no room to talk. He's not any better. Facts. You realize the punters are the actual holders, right? Right. Pickett has a quick scanner. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not one that's gonna sit here and like fight for a quarterback. From what I've seen, I'm not like in love with any of these quarterbacks. I don't think they're any like, nobody's transcendent to me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's like, oh my God, we need to go get this guy. But at the same time, I think as an organization, you have to be understanding that if a guy that you have ranked at 20th or 29th or something like that drops to the second round, you might be better off taking, like, you can't sit here and tell me we need to take best player available, and then if a quarterback ends up being that best player available, we shouldn't take him. That's flawed logic to me. I don't care if it's in the 4th or 5th round, not the first round. First round, I could see you saying, no, we need just take the best position that you need available. I get being there, but once it gets past the first round, you got to take talent. Talent wins. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. You know, like at the end of the day, if you get a guy, off the street, if Reed Sennett starts playing, you know what I'm saying? If Reed Sennett starts playing better than Jalen Hurts, you better believe Reed Sennett is going to play. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Talent wins every time. Talent wins. So that's really what it comes down to. Time will tell, guys. Time definitely will. No, I'm not saying we draft a guy, but people don't understand what we say when we say Jalen isn't a good enough passer. Exactly. That's the thing. And it's not sitting here saying, oh, I hate Jalen Hurts. I can't believe he's our quarterback. It's just understanding what his flaws are and understanding what the cost of not addressing it now. And like I said, if you don't get a quarterback this year, then you don't get a quarterback this year. We just have to understand as a franchise, as a fan base, that's what the decision was. And if he's not good, we're not going to have anybody else walking in this room. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you have to understand. If he's not that good, if he does the same thing that he was doing this year, you know, having terrible halves, having, you know, off games, throwing, you know, just terrible reads and stuff like that, then there's nobody else walking in that room. You're waiting till the next year and you're forcing a pick. That's what you have to understand. You're forcing a pick. So my main thing is, if you see somebody that you like, that you think can be better or is better than Jalen Hurts at the quarterback position at one of your picks, I say you pull the trigger. You have to do that. As an organization, you owe that to your team. You owe your team to give them the best talent, whether or not they like the guy. It is what it is. If Hurts' anticipation throws are consistent with some pre-snap ability upgrades for a second year, same head coach and I say we keep him till his contract up, then make your decision. I mean, you know, like, it's just like, if he's good enough, if he's just good enough, keep him. Like, I don't know Jalen Hurts. I don't know Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts doesn't pay my rent. Jalen Hurts doesn't bring me to work every day. Like, Jalen Hurts doesn't bring me lunch. Like, you know, I don't know Jalen Hurts. I think that he's a cool dude, but like, I'm not giving him any more of a leash than I would anybody else. I'm gonna be honest with him. Like, if you're not good, if you're not great, if you're not improving, I'm not waiting. I'm just not. This is the league. Years go by so quick. I feel like it was just yesterday we were talking about this is our first full season of the NFL podcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was my first actual full season, like having the full off season, doing everything, you know what I'm saying, for this show. And it went by like that. You know what I'm saying? I was holding off draft talk so much because I didn't want to get that. I wanted to, you know, enjoy the season. It went by like that. We're going to go through next year like that. We can't just keep on letting years waste. If he's not the guy, you have to go find that guy. And if next year is the year that you say, this is it, you got to show us what you got. That's his third year. I'm not giving you another year. Unless you're going to be our backup for that fourth year and you're going into a competition that fourth year. That's the only way. You either start the competition now or you start it next year if he doesn't improve. That's the only way you get better as a team. That's the only way. I don't hate Hurts at all. I like him. I don't see us going far with his arm. It's been 20 games and he still hasn't beat anyone other than backup quarterbacks. Does anyone know if or when Laurie is going to speak? I don't know. I haven't heard that he's going to speak today. It's a good question. I don't think, if they did, I'm pretty sure they would have went at like 11. They usually do those at like 11 or 12. I don't know. These guys think he's going to win a Super Bowl year one. What rookie? Who's saying that? No, but like, we literally didn't say one thing about the Super Bowl. We're talking about Jalen's accuracy, Jalen's ability as a quarterback. No one brought up the Super Bowl. No one. Literally no one. When you watch these playoff games, the quarterbacks had to win these games with their arms. And look, it's not even about the playoffs. It's not about getting to the playoffs. It's not about the Super Bowl. It's not about any of that. I've said this from day one. I've said this week by week. There's going to get to a point that you need Jalen Hurts to go out there and win you a game. I don't care if it's week 1. I don't care if it's week 18. I don't care if it's the Super Bowl. There's going to be a time that he has to win a game with his arm, and he's just not there. So we're going to get this whole team ready, and then he's still not going to be, and I'm not saying that that's definite. I'm just saying, why have the mentality of let's get this whole team ready, and, you know, even though he's not there, and he has no competition. You have to bring somebody in here that's going to push him, even if it's in the slightest. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 30 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. You know, it is what it is. So Joe Castro, you're basically a rookie, bro. Exactly. I'm a rookie. Big Dog, listen, Jalen fundamentals need work. He will have year 2 in the same system in the second time in his career. Sirianni already stated the room for improvement. B-Train, there was no rookie camp at Hurts rookie year. I don't care about all that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, he has another year. I mean, that's obvious. But at the same time, I'm saying bring somebody in here that's going to push him. Make him work this offseason. He has to get better. He has to. As a passer, he has to get better, or you have to find somebody that will. I want to like Jalen. What's going on, Cal? I'm going to see you in a minute. I want to like Jalen, but dog, why do you play the QB position if you can't do the main thing? That's what I'm saying. At some point, we're going to have him win us games with his arm. And he's not even close to there right now. I'm sorry, not even close. You know, it's not like I've seen it progressively get better over the year. No, he just is not there. Not even close. He's got to get better. He has to. If he is not, I'm fine with that. But after one season, nobody's saying, bro, this is his second year. We're talking about after next year, bro. Everybody wants people to hate Jalen so bad. And just understand, nobody cares. Like, you got to understand that. If you look at outside of the Eagles fan base, I don't care what some of these people are hyping you up to think. Nobody cares that Jalen Hurts is our quarterback. I want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to really, like, take that in deep. Nobody outside of the Eagles is arguing about Jalen Hurts. Understand that. There's some people that are saying he's a cool dude, he's fun to watch. Nobody's arguing like they are within the fan base. Everybody understands what Jalen Hurts is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some people are saying, yeah, give him some time. Some people are saying, nah, I don't think he's got it. But within the fan base, it's like, no, he's either going to be that guy, you don't know what you're talking about, or he's just not that guy. And it's like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, stay on the fence and watch the game. Just watch the whole field play out. Like, it is what it is. He's got this year, and that's it. To me, that's it. If you're not bringing in competition next year, at the very, very least, you have to bring in competition for year 4. There's no way I'm giving him no competition for 3 straight years and he's staying at the same spot. If he gets better, then we're having a different conversation. We always do. But if he's not, then he's not. What do you think about Texans trading? You've asked me that like 10 times, John. I don't know. I don't know if, depending on what they want, if they want less than normal, maybe it's worth it. Go up there and get yourself the best defensive player available. But it scares me if you go all the way up there and get a quarterback. That's really what scares me. Dad says we've seen 20 games in his whole college career. He can't throw a football, period. 46 QBR. I agree with you 100%, Joe. And I'm not, see, like, some of y'all are, dads, you my peoples, like, and some people are way more harsh about it. I'm not trying to be, like, mean about it. I'm not trying to sit here and be rude about Jalen Hurts. You know, shout out to Mama Hurts. I appreciate you watching the show, and I'm not trying to bash your son, but, like, I'm just trying to tell you what I see, and I don't know how all of a sudden that becomes hate. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand that. The things that I've heard about other people, yeesh. He just needs competition, period. Exactly. Just bring somebody in that's going to either push him or push him out, and that's it. Lincoln Riley used Hurts' athletic ability and never developed him to the pro-style offense. Same with Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, and yes, Spencer Rattler. Facts. That's a big fact. Joe, your first year as a podcaster, you weren't as polished as you are now. Practice and coaching will help him groom. Yeah, but I can talk. That's like saying, like, coming on as a podcaster and you can't talk frequently. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk long enough. Jalen Hurts is on a podcast and can't talk. You know, he's a quarterback and is not throwing it well. So I understand time will get you better. But how much better? We are in the NFL now. You know what I'm saying? It's not about you getting marginally better. It's about we need steps. We need big steps, especially from year 1 to 2, then 2 to 3. There's got to be a big step. So to say that he doesn't, you know, there shouldn't be no controversy, don't bring in a quarterback controversy or competition, I'm just not with that train of thought no more. I'm just, you know, look, I want to see my team be good. I want to see my team be good, and I like Jalen Hurts. I really do, and I can't stop saying that. I really do like watching him play. If he becomes that passer that I think he's able to become, but he has to become it, then he's going to be, and I've said this before, he's going to be a threat. If he can figure it out as far as the passing goes, he is going to be a legitimate threat in this league. He just hasn't done it, and I'm going to be honest about that. I'm not going to let what I think could happen determine what I know is happening. And I think that's the best way I could put it right now. Sam Bradford was always fresh, was always trash. He was a practice quarterback. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Sam Bradford was, Sam Bradford. I have no issue with competition. I know he beats out Minshew. If he gets another rookie or a vet, I'm fine with it. That's what I'm saying. Go, and I don't want to waste picks on a vet. I don't want to go out there and say, go get, Russell Wilson and that's your competition. And I'm not saying move up in the draft and go get you a quarterback and get competition going. I'm saying if a quarterback drops to you, if a quarterback gets to you, or if, a Jimmy Garoppolo ends up getting cut or something and he wants to come to the Eagles for cheap. Obviously, that's probably not going to happen. But you know what I'm saying? If something along those lines, that it's not necessarily you're saying this guy's, you know what I'm saying, we put all our chips into this person, he has to work now over Jalen, give them a fair shot. And if Jalen beats him, Jalen beats him. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Joe Castro is a rookie. We need to bring in someone to replace Castro. Nah, that's a fact. Ew. If there's somebody in the podcasters draft that y'all feel brings more value, I respect it. I understand y'all going and replacing me. You know what I'm saying? It's all about age, right? Right? We got to make sure that we're keeping this podcasting group youthful. So if you guys find somebody that has more value, maybe in the second or third round, than I bring. You know what I'm saying? But if you go ahead and trade up to get rid of me, I'm going to feel a type of way. And that's all I'm saying with Jalen. I like Hurts enough as a person and athlete that if it's not a quarterback to move him to another spot, but I do think he would be a quarterback. That would be interesting. I doubt that he would want to do that, but that would be interesting. Sam Bradford was a really good passer. He just was hurt. Yeah, he was hurt all the time. He did that again against Washington and the one game against the Giants with his arm. He did what? Win the game with his arm? Is that what you're saying? All right, before I respond, are you saying he won the game against the Giants and the Washington football team with his arm? That's what I need to know. Everyone who faces Hurts cares because, as the Bucs said, he can't read defenses. Facts. He did the 2 halves with his yeah, he did like 2 exactly. He did a half versus the Washington football team, and he had a half versus the Giants. That was it. He was not consistent at all. He didn't go out there and slay them all game. You know what I'm saying? Did you watch the last 6 games of Kyler Murray? They be back. I didn't watch him because you know what? I don't watch the Arizona Cardinals. I don't care. I don't understand what Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts have to do with each other. Am I saying go trade Jalen Hurts for Kyler Murray? No. Sam Bradford is the ultimate finesser. Dude is a legend for all the wrong reasons. He got paid. Hurts hater in effect. See, Joe, you really not fair. You truly acting like a guy who don't know the game. You can have best of both worlds with Jalen. That's the whole thing. First of all, McNabb didn't grow into a passer. Second of all, Jalen Hurts is not a passer right now. That's what I'm saying right now. To come on here and say that someone doesn't know the game, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It makes zero sense, and it makes us look bad as a fan base to have these internal conversations because people are saying what's the truth about Jalen Hurts. If you like Jalen and think he can grow, that's fine. But if you like Jalen and say that he can grow, that's admitting what I'm saying is right. Understand that. When you're saying that he can get better, you're admitting that he's not good right now. Understand that. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't understand how that becomes a hater statement. Like we gotta be better as a fan base, man. We gotta be better as a fan base. That's all I'm. We have to be better as a fan base. If we can't have these conversations, I don't know what to tell you, man. We have to. I really didn't come on here to bash Jalen Hurts. I had no intention of talking about Jalen Hurts. But shout my audience. If that's where you want to go, we'll go there. But I'm never going to be dishonest with you about my opinion or what I see. And like I said, you can't let what you think can happen, dictate what is happening or give you the picture of what is happening. You can't merge the two. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Just because somebody's going to turn 20 years old doesn't mean that they are 20 years old. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we have to have these conversations and see, because now we can say, all right, last year, this is what he was. This year, this is where he improved. And we can't say that right now. So it just is what it is, man. Just because we say he can't throw doesn't mean we hate him. Exactly. I've never seen so many Hurts. I ain't gonna read that. If I was Larry, I would fire Dick and hire Flores. If Watson spanked the case, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I would love to get Flores on here as a D coordinator, but he probably would want to be a coach. Hurts gives us time to build the team, especially on defense. At least we'll have the continuity on offense. That alone is value. I agree with that. I appreciate that. That's real talk right there. I agree with that. And There's reasons why you want to keep Hurts, whether you like him, whether you think he can be great, whether you think that you can build the team around him. Worst case scenario, you find a quarterback, and that's fine. But we have to be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not sit here and call other people haters because we disagree. You can't use Murray and Mayfield. They have no playoff wins either. Jalen got there his first year as a starter. They're not on our team. I don't understand why we compare people to I just don't get it. I don't understand why you compare other teams to our other players to our players. We're talking about Jalen Hurts and y'all want to talk about, well, Aaron Rodgers lost the game. What the heck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Yes, players are going to have bad games. I get that. What does that have to do with a full season of the same thing? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not confident that a player in this draft could beat out Hurts, but if Howie feels that is a win now year, then we can get a veteran quarterback. I think that if you bring in bring in a competition. I'm not going to keep on explaining it because it's the truth. Just bring in competition, man. Joe, once they brought Johnson on the field with Jalen after the Vegas loss, he improved every week besides the Giants loss. Tampa put out a solid defensive game plan. Again, he didn't improve every week. He ran the ball every week. His numbers went down every week. He stopped throwing the ball. Come on, we got to be honest about it. We still saw the same things. We still saw the same things. The Giants game was thrown in there as well. 3 interceptions, right? 4 turnovers, right? I mean, let's not move the goalpost here. I'm sure Hurts can play just like Josh Allen did. Maybe he'll grow 4 inches. Maybe he'll get, extra 20 pounds of muscle on him. Maybe. Castro, what's good? Good. Quick question. What if we get 2 elite linebackers at the draft? Devin Lloyd and Christian. I would cry. I would be so happy. I would be so happy. So happy. Josh Allen has a cannon. He definitely does. Josh Allen in the winter time is scary builds. Defense should be ashamed giving that game up. Joe is right. Hurts kind of really stinks. All right, maybe I am hating. For Frank Tank to agree with me, maybe I am hating. I don't know. I don't like that. McNabb had an arm but was not accurate in the beginning. I agree. What's up, Joe? Forgot my headphones at work. Shake my head. Damn, son. McNabb had a huge arm. Yeah. I'll bring back Foles and trade Minshew to Chicago. I mean, I don't really want Foles, but I ain't really no need. I think Minshew's probably better than Foles right now. If we're getting a third out of that too, give us a 3rd round pick. Do every quarterback that gets to the NFL has some throwing ability. Hurts lovers trying to point out flashes of passing game. Being able to throw does not equate exactly NFL caliber passer. Exactly. He was more accurate than Hurts. Facts. Watson hasn't won ever. What does that have to do with anything? People listen to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I've never once said, and you guys can please go through the records, go through all my videos. They're on here still. I've never said once, let's go Watson. Let's go get Watson. I've never once said, let's go get Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. I have said a scenario where I would be okay with us getting Wilson, and that included keeping Jalen Hurts. So, let's be 100% honest here. I've been the one person trying to give you guys every possible scenario. Every possible scenario. That's what I'm trying to do here. Mike Meyer says young quarterbacks get better over time. I like how fans Hurts, but yet we say nothing about Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert. They didn't even make the playoffs. And they're all rookie. What does that have to do with anything? None of that has to do with what our quarterback is. I love how when we lose, everybody loves to say, well, it's a team sport. It's not all on Jalen Hurts. But when we make the playoffs, Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback because the Eagles made the playoffs. Do you see the disparity there? Do you see where I'm getting lost here? Do you see where I'm getting lost here? I usually don't even go past the hour, but y'all got me hyped. I'm one of the biggest supporters of Hurts, and I respect and understand what your opinion. I appreciate that. So Philly, you think he has not progressed at all, huh? I don't. Honestly, I don't. I think that he's been the same player. He's been the same player all year. He's been the same player all year. Did he have good games here and there? Yes. But progression to me is consistency. Progression to me is putting together a string of games. Even if they were against bad teams. He struggled against the Giants. He struggled against Washington. He struggled against bad teams. Like, and that's what you got to understand. Progression to me is a consistent progression. Something that you see, all right, this week he didn't do this well. Now he's consistently getting better. And he hasn't. He hasn't. From week 1 to week 18 to the playoff game, I was upset about his ability to read the field, his ability to decipher defenses pre-snap, his ability to place the ball where it needs to be, and his ability to see the play before it happens. Those are all things that we were talking about in the beginning of the year. Has he become a better runner? Probably. Did he run the ball a lot? Yeah, great. Did he score some touchdowns at the end? Yeah, that's cool. Did our running game get way better? Yeah, cool. Did he get better as a passer? No. Like, I mean, come on. Philly, you're right in a sense. Hurts not good as a passer right now, but he can, and I believe he can develop. You're a fan to point out his weakness as a player doesn't make you a hater. Exactly. I agree with the first part of that statement 100%, and I'm cool with that. That's what I'm trying to say, that there's different sects. You know what I'm saying? To understand that he's going to be our quarterback next year, most likely. I'm like about 70% sure on that. I'll say 80. But that 20% is Howie Roseman, just like on my shoulder, like, you know what I'll do. But either way, I think he'll be our quarterback, but we have to be honest about what he is. Let's not call everybody a hater because they have a different opinion. Stats talk, facts, opinion, facts, opinion. Stats talk, facts, opinion because we all have them. I have no idea what you're talking about. You can throw 100 numbers at me. None of them make you're gonna station, man. I'm telling you. I'm really telling you. I know people are trying to hype you up to try and call everybody a hater and they're spreading a narrative about Hurts. That's fine, bro. I'm not the guy. I like, trust me. You can watch all my videos. Trust me. If you want to sit here and have a conversation, we can do this. But you're not winning it with sayings like that, guy. Other quarterbacks had multiple interceptions this year too. That's fine. What is that? Wayne. I'm gonna put you on time. I'm not, you and Vincent right now. Just I don't know. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. Y'all came in here with what y'all thought I was gonna say, or y'all came into this conversation with an opinion of what y'all thought was gonna happen here. That's not what's happening, and you're lost in what you thought. So that's fine. I'm just not gonna keep y'all trolling me at this point. So. Watson said he don't want to come here. Be real. Yeah, he's not going to come here. They read to disagree. Yeah. Just agree to disagree. That's all it is. Our fan base always overhypes players, especially quarterbacks. They overhyped Wentz and I mean, Wentz was good. Wentz's mentality is really what killed him. That's really what killed him with me. 20 games and 0 wins against that. I mean, come on. Only reason Philly going to keep Hurts is on a rookie contract. And there are no good quarterbacks in this year's draft. That's it. Most likely. Coach Dante, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Let me make sure I ain't miss nobody. There's so many comments in here. I'm not going to cap. There's not even that many people in the chat. There's like 40 people in the chat, but y'all commenting like crazy right now. Dick Burrito, I guarantee if Hurts had the same staff as Jimmy, he would have gotten better as well. You forget Hurts had to work with Rager. Yeah, I'll take Rager to the airport as well. How am I all over the place, Vincent? You're sitting here telling me about other teams, other players. That has nothing to do with Jalen Hurts. Like, I mean, when you start to realize you're the only person in the room lost, maybe it's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of people in here understanding what I'm trying to say. You know, if it's just you, maybe just rewind it a little bit, try and hear what I said 10 times. You know, you got this. Invite us on to talk football anytime. I'll do a call in anytime. We could talk about this. Nobody said you can't have your own opinion. I said you can have your own opinion, but you're sitting here calling people hater. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting here calling people a hater and telling them they don't know football because you think Hurts can be better. You can read the future, so I'm a hater and don't know football. Think about what you're saying, guys. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. There's two of y'all talking, so that's why I had to involve both of y'all. Daz, you have a point that helped lay off the Cavs. They think this guy does this, that guy does that, so when Jalen does do this, it's because of what? The other guys Jalen works so hard should... At the end of the day, All right, Vincent. So one of y'all called me. Either way, y'all was merging at the end of the day. Y'all need to get profile pictures so I can see the difference between y'all. Y'all just look the same, maybe. But at the end of the day, this was a good football week. That's what this whole show was supposed to be about. I just came on here mad impromptu to talk about the weekend of football, and we went into a whole. I feel like that's what this becomes every time. Every time we just literally get into a whole Jalen spiel. That's what it becomes. That's what it always becomes. And I'm cool with it. I really don't mind. I'm going to keep the same energy. I'm going to keep saying the same thing. It is what it is. Until he gets to that point that it's consistent and it's good football. It's good, good. Once he becomes a good passer consistently, I will be cool with it. And I will change my tone. And you can say whatever you want, but it is what it is. Most of my comments was at Daz, and you thought I was, oh, okay. See, I be getting hyped, man. I didn't have coffee today. You know what I'm saying? I still love y'all, though. But understand the factor, don't chill. Yeah, all right, my bad. I'm sorry I called y'all trolls. Frank the Tank the troll. Can we all get back to hating Frank Tank together? Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That was fun, though. That was fun. We haven't had a good conversation in a while, like a good back and forth like that in a while. Lost in the sauce. What better transition to talk about Sauce Gardner in the NFL draft, Castro? Yeah, people were mad at me because I took him at 19. They were saying he wouldn't last that long. I mean, he lasted that long in that draft, so I'm going to take him. I would never block anybody, Frank the Tank. I would never block anybody. I said timeout, like I had to stop reading the comments for a second because I was getting mad. But yeah, I would never block nobody. I don't care that much. You need to realize the offense had to run the ball more because Jalen wasn't getting it done, so they had to go run first. Exactly. Listen, the bottom line, Jalen has one more year to grow. If not, the class of 2023 hold 3 to 5 good to great quarterbacks. Okay. Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. He said, y'all too emotional. I got hype, bro. I ain't got no coffee in me, man. I'm about to go get some coffee because I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again. Herbert says, just like everyone is entitled to their opinion, so is Philly. I have no issue with his comment. However, we're going to talk Eagles football, not other teams in playoffs. Talk to him. Facts. I mean, today, I did want to kind of talk. I did kind of want to talk about the other games, but it is what it is. It was a fun week of football. It was a fun little live. Y'all crazy. This is at you. When he does progress, I will not let you get on the bandwagon. I will bring this day up. No problems. I told you I am going to hop the bandwagon if he does improve. I don't care. I'm just telling you what he is right now. And if he gets better, then I'm going to tell you that he's better. But it is what it is. I'm an Eagles fan. At the end of the day, I am an Eagles fan. So I just want the Philadelphia Eagles to be good. And I think everybody holds that same sentiment. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. This was very impromptu. If you are used to Philly, this is not really what we are like. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually go into these big arguments, but I think this was fun, honestly. I don't think we got too disrespectful, too rude to each other. So I like being able to, get these arguments in. But definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go get my coffee. Wayne says, get your coffee. I respect your opinion. I appreciate you, bro. But y'all know what it is, man. I do appreciate everybody hopped in here. Tomorrow, I'll probably be live. I don't really have I'm moving this week, so I really don't have a plan of what I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of going to be all over the place, so I do apologize in advance. But I will be going live periodically through this week, and then Sunday is not going to change. We are going to be doing our live show. Me and James are going to be doing the Best of Enemies podcast. It's going to be every week, y'all. Every week. It's going to be on my channel, and it's going to be on his channel. So hopefully all you guys come through for that. Come chill. The last show was amazing. Had some really good conversations. We're going to start involving the audience a little bit more, the chat a little bit more. So it's only going to get better. Listen, shout out to Wayne Webb. Shout out to Vincent. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Herbert. Shout out to Daz Deals. Shout out to everybody that was going back and forth today. This was fun. So mad love. You know what I'm saying? Mad love. I hope you guys have a great week. And I hope you all get coffee. And I don't know why I'm talking so much. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly. And we out here. Peace.
Everywhere. This is for you.
Yeah. Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.